All right, hello. So I would like to show you the margin alerts solution that we've developed. All right, so we do have another application that is running from within SAP Business One, which is an add-on that raises events about transactions, for example, creation of an AP invoice and the update. All right, it's going to be a little bit technical, but I'm just going to quickly go through it. All right, so I'm going to show you what we have here. We have an additional table here where we actually configure, or this is a once-off thing, and it's a little bit technical and can actually work if you want to integrate SAP to a third-party system. So should you want that, we can always show you how it works. All right, so we are creating purchase order and creating purchase invoice. So simply we're saying when the purchase order has been created, just send an event to these URLs and with this information. So basically we're doing creation of a purchase order and creation of a purchase invoice. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to quickly go to a purchase invoice, or maybe let me start off with a purchase order. You might not be using a purchase order at the moment, but we encourage you to make sure that you use documents such as purchase order, so that you can document all the processes that are happening within your organization. All right, so what I'm going to do here is so that it doesn't take me a lot of time, I'm just going to move to the last document. All right, so this is coming from Baker's Inn. So I'm going to navigate to the item. There is a user defined field that has been created. So if you look to your right, you should be able to see a minimum profit margin. So this is where you are going to set your minimum profit margins for your item, so that the system can actually compare with the new cost and see if it is still acceptable. So if it is not acceptable, that's when it's going to send an email. All right, so you can see I've done that here. Also, I've set up a minimum margin and I've done this here, set up a minimum margin for the sake of testing. As you can see, also in the test database. And also there's another thing that you need to do before you do all this. You need to set up your price list that is being used as a basis for markup alerts or price comparisons. All right, so what I'm going to do here is, if you look to your right, if you select here, I'm actually using fan cells. So if you select to your far right, you should actually see that there's something called price change alert based price that has been selected here. So you're supposed to select only one price list at a time. So the price that is coming from this price list is what is then going to be used by the system to compare against the new cost from a purchase order or invoice, to see whether the markup is still in the range that you can accept as an organization. All right, so this is what we're going to do. And I think once we are done with that, we should be able to close the price list window. All right, so if we come back here, as I showed you, you can just make sure that all the items have been put a margin, an acceptable minimum margin. All right, so after we've done this, so that it doesn't take me a lot of time, I'm just going to duplicate this and create another document. All right, so I'm going to select the same business partner here, the same supplier. All right, so everything is set up and all this price. So I'm just going to quickly add this document. All right, so as I'm adding the document, I just need to navigate back to my email so that I show you what is happening. All right, so this email came 8 minutes ago, so we are supposed to see another email. Okay, it's saying a new email has been sent here, which is 0 minutes. All right, which is exactly what I just sent here. So what it's doing is showing you all the items that are failing to meet your agreeable or acceptable margin. All right, so as you can see here, there's bread here. The new cost of the order that we created was USD $1, and the price on the price list is $1. So it's saying it's costing $1 and the current price is $1, and you had set up 30% as the margin. For example, you can set whatever margin that you want. All right, and it's telling you that the actual margin that you're getting out of it is 0. So this is just telling you that if you may need to update the price for this item. So if you go to 20-liter bucket as well, it's showing you it costs 2.3478, and the price that is on the price list that we're using as a basis for price comparison is $2.70, and your minimum margin is 30%, and the actual margin that you're getting out of it is 13.04. Same applies to this one. You had actually set 50%, but you're getting 13.04, which is an indication that you need to update the price. The good thing is sending an email, so which means you should be able to get an email as soon as a purchase order or invoice has been raised. So we encourage you to make sure that all your processes are done in real time. All right, so for those that may say how are we going to be able to do it in real time without having access to a portal that allows other people to import things into SAP Business One? So we have a solution that we developed. I think it's still currently under test on your side, and all right, I've clicked here, and now I'm able to view the details of the purchase order in the sales application. So you are able to do this, and should you also want to create quotations here and everything here, everything should work the same way. If you create it from here, the purchase order, the system is simply going to do the same and send a notification. If also you create a purchase invoice, it's going to do the same. All right, so there's another thing also that I want to show you. So if I go back here, if I go back to users, I'm just going to go to users here, quickly navigate to users, then I search for manager here. So what you're going to see is right at the bottom here, there is something called item margin alerts. You have to set it to yes to all the users that you want to receive notification about these variances in margins. And also you need to set up an email for that user. So this is the email that the system is going to send alerts to, like you saw on my email there. So basically that's how it works. It should be able to send you an email with details about all the lines or the items that are failing to meet your acceptable margin, as well as a link for you to view more details about the purchase order or the purchase invoice. So the same process applies to an invoice, a purchase invoice. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.